Did anybody else start their 2023 with the best intentions only to end up having a really shit year? Because same. In today's video, I'm giving you the ultimate guide to leveling up in 2024. It's time to get our lives together and plan out the new year so we can have the best year yet. I don't know about you, but I am so happy that 2023 is finally gone and we can make way for 2024 to be an absolutely amazing year. And the best way you can make sure that this year goes well is to make sure that you plan out all of the things that you want to do and set your intentions for the new year. And I refuse to have the same sort of year that I had in 2023. So today we are getting our lives together and I'm going to show you how you can have an amazing year in 2024. The way that I usually like to start off planning out my new year is to reflect on the previous year, look at everything that went wrong, look at different things I want to improve, how I want to improve myself. Now, if you had an amazing year in 2023, this will be really easy for you. It'll probably be exciting, reminiscing on all the amazing memories and different things you did in the previous year. If it was really bad like mine, it might not be as easy, it might be a little bit more challenging. But whether you had a good or a bad year, reflecting on the past year is so important when it comes to planning out the new year, realizing all of the things that maybe you want to improve in your life, different areas you want to maybe focus more on, and it will also help you to set the goals for your new year, which is one of the next steps in this program. Ruby's 5-step program to having a better life. Now, if you're like me and you have goldfish brain, trying to remember specific things that happened in the past year might be a little bit challenging for you. Just think of really key specific moments that happened, all the things that went wrong, all the things that went right, things that you did, things that you wish you'd done. Just write down bullet points of key things. It doesn't have to be like a massive journal entry. So I decided to do this on a laptop this year instead of my usual like pen and paper because I couldn't be bothered to write it all. But you could do it in a journal, you could do it in your planner, you could type it, you could do it on the notes on your phone, completely up to you. So this is what I've written for mine. I'm not going to show you the summary of my year because we don't know each other that well. But these are the things that went right and wrong for me this year and the things that I didn't focus on and want to focus on in the new year. So now that we've written up a summary of our past year, we're going to set our intentions for the new year. This is something I've been really excited to do. I saw someone talking about this in a video last year. I can't remember what the video was, but if I can find it, I'll link it down below. She basically spoke about deciding which era or what kind of person you want to step into in the new year. Do you want to be in your health and fitness era? Do you want to be in your soft girl, self-love era? Do you want to be in your productive, strong girl era? Like, what kind of person do you want to be in the new year? I think this is a really fun thing to do. It sort of like sets the scene for your 2024. It's the sort of like fake it till you make it attitude. So for me, I want to be in my health and wellness, self-love era with a hint of healthy selfishness, because I spent a lot of the past couple of years being a bit of a doormat, doing everything to please other people, even if it hurt myself, kind of taking a step in a new direction, which I'm really excited about. So this is something that I wrote down in my planner on the 1st of January. So you could write it in your planner, you could write it in your journal, you could write it in the notes on your phone, just somewhere where you're going to see it, just to remember who you're going to be this year. So now that we've had our summary all done, we've recapped on 2023 and we've set our intentions for who we want to be in the new year, it's time to set our New Year's goals, habits, and create our routines. This is my favorite part of starting out the new year. I am an organized person. I love creating little goals for myself and it just feels so amazing when you achieve them. Creating goals are like basically a step-by-step guide on how to become your best self in the new year. So the way that I've done this in previous years is to write down different categories in my life, like my work, my relationships, my health goals, my mental health goals, and then filled those out with little mini goals below those titles. And I guess that would kind of work if you really wanted to have loads of different goals for every area of your life, but for me I found it more stressful because I had to write down something for each section, and I found that I was writing things down just for the sake of it. I'm not going to do that this year. If you want to do it that way, you absolutely can, but the way that I'm going to do it this year is I'm just going to think about all all of the things I want to do, because I feel like we know what we want to do this year. So I'm using my reflection of 2023 and my intentions for the new year as sort of like a guide, and I'm going to write them down as bullet points, and then I'm going to put them into categories so that I'm not writing a load of things down just for the sake of it. I'm writing down everything that I want to do. So this is just the way that I'm going to do it this year. You can do it any way you want, any way that feels the best and more comfortable to you. So this is the bullet points of goals that I wrote down first. This was just me sitting with myself for a while, looking back on my previous year in my summary and writing down a list of all of the goals that I wanted to achieve. And then this is what I did for the categories. I literally just moved all of my goals into categories. So I did it this way. If you want to write down the categories first and then fill it out, it's completely up to you. So in the past, I'm not gonna lie, I've written down some really unrealistic and just ridiculous goals for myself, which is great. I had the best intentions in mind, but it never ended up playing out. And at the end of the year, when I looked back on all of the things I didn't achieve, it made me feel like an absolute failure. One of my goals for this year is to lose weight. It's like one of my main goals for the new year. I've put on some weight, I want to lose it again. Now, in the past couple of years, I've written down a specific weight that I wanted to get to by the end of the year. And although this was great, and I probably could have like reached that goal if I'd really tried, it was unrealistic to me. I never ended up reaching them. I always felt rubbish when it came to the end of the year and I was still not at the goal that I'd written, even though I had lost some weight. Because I hadn't reached that specific goal, it felt like I completely failed on my resolutions. So I've assessed on previous weight loss that I've done in the past years and realized that I can realistically lose 3 stone in the new year. I've got an entire year to lose 3 stone. That's realistic and achievable for me. And if I lose even more than 3 stone, I'm gonna feel even better about myself having accomplished that as well. So we've set our goals for the entire year. These are all the goals we want to reach at the end of 2024. Now it's time to break those down into smaller goals. So I like to do monthly and weekly goals as well as my annual goals, because it just helps me stay on track. So we're gonna go into our monthly goals first. So the way that I do this is I look at the list of goals that I have for myself and see how I can break those down to doing little things during the month. So an example of this is, now I have my goal of losing 3 stone in the new year. I can break that down throughout the months, so I know realistically if I lost about £4 a month, I will reach my goal by the end of 2024. So my monthly goal would be to lose £4, which is another example of this. Just to show you, is in my mental health section I've added that I want to start journaling in the new year. So instead of telling myself I'm going to journal every single day, instead I'm going to say I'm going to journal at the beginning of every single month as like a monthly reflection on how the month has gone. So it's a lot more achievable and realistic to me, because I know I won't journal every single day. Can't be bothered for that. Now we're going to break them down into weekly goals. Whenever I write down New Year's resolutions for myself, I write them down somewhere, like on my phone, on my planner, on my laptop, and then I forget about them. I just don't look at them again. But if you break them down into monthly and weekly goals, it's something you're going to be focusing on every single week. So you kind of don't forget, because it's something that you're doing every single week. So I know my yearly goal is to lose 3 stone, and every single month I want to lose around £4. So that's about £1 every week. So that makes my goal look so much easier when I break it down this small. Another example would be my goal of journaling for the end of 2024, and my monthly goal of journaling every single month, at least once a month. So now I'm going to set myself a weekly goal of journaling at least once a week, so that if I have a weekly reflection, at least I've done some journaling every single week for the whole year. We've recapped on 2023. We've set our intentions for the new year. We've written down all of our yearly, monthly and weekly goals. It's time to create our vision board and make our goals visualize them. Vision boards, I think, are one of the best ways to keep yourself motivated. You can literally see where you want your year to go and how you want your year to look with a vision board. It's literally visualizing how you want your 2024 to look. So this is the vision board that I created for myself at the beginning of 2023. I had loads of fun making this, but my year definitely didn't look like this. And the way I create my vision board is by going onto Pinterest, which I think everybody uses for their vision boards, and I create a board in there. I usually name it something like Vision Board 2024, and then I just search through Pinterest and find pictures that match the goals that I have for this year, as well as how I want my year to look. So because I've written down a goal of losing weight and getting fit and healthy for the new year, I'm going to find some health and fitness pictures to put into my vision board, and then I just save them to the Vision Board 2024 board that I created on Pinterest. So I always make my vision boards every single year using Canva. They are completely free and really easy to use. Once I've got all the pictures, I literally just copy and paste them onto Canva. It's a really easy way to do it. You don't have to like save them to your desktop, you don't have to download them, you just copy and paste them, and then you just have to play around and move the pictures around 100 times until you're finally happy with the way that they look. This part always takes me the longest because I'm such a perfectionist and I want it to look a certain way. And so this is the vision board that I've created for myself for 2024. I love this so much. This took me a couple of hours to make, and then I always make sure to save it as my laptop wallpaper because every time I go on my laptop I can see it as soon as I log on. You can also just make one for your phone if it helps as well, just so you have it on your person at all times, because the more you look at it, the more it's going to motivate you to achieve your goals and to just get on with it. So now I'm going to show you how I stay organized and track my goals to make sure that I'm staying on top of my progress. If you have followed my channel, you will know that I am an organized girly. I use a planner daily. It's something that I love doing. It makes me feel so happy, and being organized has definitely helped me stick to my goals a lot closer than if I just sort of like wrote them down and then just left them and hoped for the best. So one of the best ways that I stay organized is to use a planner. Now I use a physical planner because I love the act of like sitting in the morning and writing in my planner. It just feels really aesthetic for my morning routine. So at the beginning of the month I like to look at all of the things that I have coming up, and I like to write them all down so I have everything in one place, because it helps me so much to feel less stressed about different things coming up. Because if I know that I have something happening in this month but I don't have it written down anywhere, I feel so stressed about it. So the planner that I'm going to be using this year is my P. Louise I'm a Goal-Getter planner, which is upside down. I've been using this planner for the past 2 years. I used it last year for the first half of the year. I used it every single day and it got me so motivated, and I'm just really excited to start using it again because this planner literally changed my life so much. And I want to show you how I do it personally so you can sort of have an idea of the kind of things you can use a planner for and how useful it would be for anyone out there that is trying to be organized. So this might look quite busy and full of different things, especially if you don't really like writing down loads of stuff in your calendar. But for me, I like to write down pretty much everything so that I've got it all on one page and I know exactly what's happening on that day. So I like to color code all of the things I'm doing in the month because I find it a lot easier when I'm looking at this calendar. Because if I just wrote this all in black pen and looked at this, it would look like I have so many things to do. But because I've highlighted them and put them into categories, there are some I don't have to worry about as much. For example, I've put all of my really important appointments in purple, so if I look at this page I know, okay, these are the days that are really important because they're really important appointments. I've written down all of the payments that are coming out this month as well in green, so that I know when a payment's coming out and I can keep track of my finances and stuff like that. I've written down all of my YouTube stuff and highlighted that in pink. I've just done it for the first 2 weeks, so I know I don't really need to stress about those because it's just like editing and filming. And then I've written all of my work stuff and highlighted that in blue because obviously that's really important and something that I need to remember as well. This is just how I'm personally doing my months. You could literally just put people's birthdays and like all of your appointments and stuff. You could just write those in there if it makes it less stressful for you. If you have like your monthly goals and things, you could also put those in there too. So if one of your monthly goals is to start going to the gym, you could write down like the days that you're going to go to the gym on here or different things like that to also keep track of your goals. So now it's time for me to show you my daily planning, which is one of the favorite parts of my entire day. It's something I love doing in the mornings. I love sitting there planning out my day. I find it so much less stressful knowing what I'm going to be doing in that day and having it all organized and sorted out before I actually have to do it. So this is just how my planner's laid out. Obviously it depends which planner you use, or if you use like a blank planner you can write down whatever you want. Mine just has a little quote that you can write for yourself at the top. I usually just write something inspirational or just something nice for myself. So I've written I'm working on myself for myself. This is where I write down my day's intentions. I usually use this as a little journal entry section. If I'm feeling really bad, I write that down. I haven't written anything like that today just because I didn't really feel like sharing how I feel today. So this I use as a habit tracker instead of a to-do list. So I briefly touched upon this in my goals section. These are a few habits that I'm trying to stick to for the new year. I just write a big to-do list of everything that I'm going to be doing that day. And like I said, this might look like it's a lot, but you need to know that like from here to about there is just my morning routine. So it's literally just the things that I always do in the mornings. But I like writing down everything because I feel so productive every time I tick something off, even if it's literally just waking up, making my bed. If I've written something down and I've ticked it it off, it means I've done something during the day. And then at the bottom is just a section for what I'm grateful for the day. So today I'm grateful for the beautiful sunlight that's flooding my room. It's a really nice day today. And then a manifestation of how I want my day to go. So I wanted today to be a good, happy and productive day. Whenever I use my planner, even if it's just a couple of days a week, I find that I'm so much more motivated and so much more productive. And I found that during 2023, my life was better when I was using my planner. And then when I wasn't using it, it just sort of derailed my life. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was lazier. I didn't really stick to a routine, and I definitely didn't stick to my habits and my goals. So this is the best way that you can stay motivated, productive, and stick to your New Year's goals. So after each month using my planner, I like to just have a little skim through on how the month has gone. Have I been motivated? Have I been using my journal? Have I been using my planner every single day? And because I'm using my planner as like a habit tracker as well, it's a way that I go through and sort of like check, am I sticking to my goals? Am I sticking to my habits? And then I can make any adjustments from there. It's probably a little bit more of a complicated way to do it, but I think you can probably download habit trackers and stuff on your phone if that would be easier for you. We've done our reflections, we've set our intentions, we've created goals, we've made our vision board, and we've planned out how we want our new year to go. We are finally ready to create our new lives in 2024. Whatever your goals are for 2024, remember to be kind to yourself, and I hope that this year is everything that you want it to be. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching.